Welcome to the first PAC Football Report of the 2021 season, covering games on September 3rd and 4th. I'm Joe Onderko. This week, we will take a quick look back at the historic spring season in the President's Athletic Conference, while also previewing the opening fall weekend of 2021. In a limited spring season delayed from the fall due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Westminster earned its first ever President's Athletic Conference football title with a 27-20 win over Washington and Jefferson in the first ever PAC championship game on April 23rd. Entering 2021, both Westminster and W&J are ranked in preseason top 25 polls, along with Case Western Reserve, the 2019 PAC champion which did not compete in the spring 2021 season. 9 of 10 PAC teams open the season with non-league action this weekend, with 8 playing road games and St. Vincent not opening until week 2. The only conference team opening at home is the defending league champion Titans, who opened their campaign against 13-time NCAA D3 national champion Mount Union from the OAC at Harold-Burry Stadium in New Wilmington at 1 p.m. The teams have split 8 all-time meetings but have not met on the gridiron since 1969. Westminster head coach Scott Benzel knows his team has both an immense challenge and opportunity in front of them this weekend.
I mean, the minute we put Mount Union on the schedule was the minute that everybody kind of raised their game, so to speak. We had such a competitive camp just because of what we know is coming into New Wilmington with the Purple Raiders. There's not enough adjectives to describe that program. Watching them on tape, it's hard to see a weakness.
One of the big news stories in the offseason in the PAC was the announcement that legendary Carnegie Mellon head coach Rich Lackner will retire following the 2021 season. Lackner's Tartans open the season on the West Coast with a non-league game at Whitworth on Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time in the first ever meeting between the programs. Lackner offered his thoughts as he enters his final campaign as CMU's gridiron mentor.
Frankly, I'm not focusing on my retirement right now. I'm focusing on Whitworth, and I'd love to finish strong in the PAC this year. I'd love to win the conference, as every other coach would love to do. I'm expecting our guys to play hard this year and hopefully make it a memorable season.
The other big off-season news saw Allegheny College announce its return to the PAC beginning in 2022, returning to the league they belonged to from 1958 to 84. This weekend, we get an early look at their program as Allegheny hosts Thiel in a non-league matchup at Fuhrer Stadium in Meadville at 1 p.m. It's the 83rd all-time meeting between the two programs, separated by just 26 miles, with the Gators holding an all-time series lead of 41-35-6. Tomcat head coach Mike Winslow is looking forward to the matchup against a very familiar opponent.
Well, there's not a lot of film to see on them. They played 19, and we had just some familiarity with philosophies. I've known Coach Nagy for a while, and Coach Lienheimer's connection to Allegheny. My brother played for them, so I do have a special place in my heart for growing up as a Gator fan. I certainly won't be on Saturday. But we expect them to be well coached. Coach Nagy's a good football coach. So the guys are going to play hard. They have some guys returning, at least listed under 2 deep, to have some experience from 19.
Other Week 1 games are highlighted by a battle of annual top 25 programs taking place in Cleveland, as W&J travels to face OAC power John Carroll Saturday at 1:30 p.m. Bethany opens play on Friday night with a 7 p.m. kickoff at NCAC member Hiram. All other games are Saturday, including Grove City traveling to Juniata for a 1 p.m. start, while Waynesburg heads to OAC member Muskingum for a 4 p.m. kickoff. In action under the lights, Geneva heads to NCAC member Worcester at 6 p.m., while Case Western Reserve travels to face UAA rival Rochester at 7 p.m. That's all for this edition of the PAC Football Report. Please log on to the conference website at www.pacathletics.org anytime for the latest news, scores, statistics, and other information. You can follow us on social media via Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links are available at the PAC website. I'm Joe Onderko. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the stadium.